Who's going to give us a short performance. Continue, the show continues. This is a cultural event, African Heritage Festival. Right there. Thank you. We want us to sit down first. She looks so beautiful. That's our African queen. Ready to get things. Please have a seat. You will have the Bronx president is here. Welcome. Okay.
Elle fait son entrée.
Let's all welcome our president. Please, ladies, ANC members, can you please escort our BP to the seat? Please.
Allez, dansez.
Mr. David, can you please escort our BP to her seat?
Please, no lo sé.
Mr. David, take over. Mr. David. Mr. David, take over. And escort that BP to her seat. Thank you. You got to do whatever after she finishes duty. Please.
On y va, on applaudit.
Mama Vanessa, Vanessa, she go higher, she go higher, she go, she go, she go, higher, she go.
Thank you very much. Give a round of applause to Wooza and group. If you want any cultural performance anywhere in the U.S., please contact me and I'll hook you up. At this juncture, our own Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson will give the special speech we've been waiting for.
Good afternoon, everyone. Go Africa! Welcome to our African Cultural Festival here at Crotona Park. It is so great to see everyone. You all look beautiful. What an amazing day that we have truly been blessed with. Before I begin and acknowledge all of our VIP honorees this afternoon, let me acknowledge and recognize my assembly member of the 77th District, Landon Days.
Thank you to the Borough President. I'll be very, very, very brief. First off, the music and the dancing was amazing. Even if my ancestry is African American, there's no question. If you look at the color of my skin, my blood is absolutely African. Now, do I know exactly where my family's from? Unfortunately, I do not. But out of the 54 countries of the great continent of Africa, that has always been disrespected, pillaged, and just torn apart by other interests. It's the days like today when we try to come together and unite and understand the importance of making sure that the African community is seen, respected, taken care of, and worked with. In my office, I have 2 members of your community, one from Sierra Leone, one from the Ivory Coast, and that was important to me because I wanted to make sure that people in my office look like the people I serve. Even though I might be African American, my family came here around 1787. And I do wonder, where was my culture? What was my language? What was my religion? I wonder what foods did my great-great-great-great-grandmother cook on the shores of the country that my family is from. I wonder what stories of greatness were robbed from my lineage and my DNA. So when I look at the colors, or when I look at what you're wearing, and I listen to the music, there is something within my DNA that is dancing and jumping, because it's somewhere is my ancestors sharing that. And what they do understand is, and when I want to think, is my ancestor that survived the slavery trade, who survived the whippings, who survived the violence against her and him, for me to be here to speak to you today, because within that is our strength. So as I look at you in this culture, in your beauty, in your absolute divineness, enjoy your day. My name is Landon Days, Assembly Member to 77th. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Assembly Member Landon Days. We thank you for being here, and all the elected officials that joined us this afternoon. Our New York City Comptroller, Brad Lander, State Senator Louis Sepulveda, Assembly Member Chantel Jackson, Council Member Althea Stevens, Assembly Member Amanda Septimo, and our very own Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark. I heard she was dancing. Did she do good? My sister? All right. I just want to make sure. So to all of my distinguished brothers and sisters, community, the village that it takes to raise the next generation of leaders, I say good afternoon, welcome. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. To all of our elders, to all of our dignitaries, I want to recognize His Excellency Abdel Jamousi, our Consulate General of the Kingdom of Morocco. Make some noise for Morocco. I want to recognize His Excellency Mr. Anatolio Dong, the permanent representative of the Equatorial Guinea of the United Nations. Make some noise for Guinea. We also have Rufai Baba, our Consulate General of Nigeria. Make some noise for Nigeria. We also have Pelagie Sedge, our Consulate General for Burkina Faso. Make some noise. And a heartfelt thank you to all of our community leaders. Let me recognize none other than the African Advisory Council, to the Office of the Bronx Borough President, all of our AAC members. Make some noise. Our very own Mr. Chairman, Siddiqui Donzo. Thank you, Brother Siddiqui, for serving as our distinguished chairman. I want to recognize our keynote speaker for the afternoon. Can we give it up for Ambrose Ngande? We also want to recognize our chair of the New York City African Council. Make some noise for Leonard Ijojo. We have a lot of VIPs. Everyone here that is so critical to this work, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to recognize, of course, these incredible, dedicated members of the Arts and Culture team. Can we give it up for our co-MC today, Sister Catherine Cudjoe, Fatmata Kamara? Can we give it up for Aisha Cisse? All of their great work in making today's event possible. To all of our community organizations and partners, we say thank you. Our office, the Office of the Bronx Borough President, is so honored to host this African festival. Every year, we always come together to recognize that we are a beautiful mosaic of different cultures, nationalities, and we are all one. We are one Africa. We are one Bronx. We all represent the African diaspora. Yes, African Americans represent the African diaspora. Caribbean Americans and West Indians, we represent the African diaspora. Latinos and Hispanics, we represent the African diaspora. So it reminds us that we can come from different places and different spaces, but we are all one here today. We are all one, proudly representing no other than the Boogie Down Bronx. I love to say that, Boogie Down Bronx. I want to say thank you to my team members, our Director of Community Services, who works so closely with the AAC and all of our mayoral agencies, which I'll acknowledge. I want to say thank you to none other than David Koulibaly, represent the Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, make some noise. We are all here. We are representing. We are here. And let me also recognize our distinguished kings and queens from Ghana. Etison. Make some noise for Ghana. Thank you to our kings and our queens. We're so grateful to have you here. We want to say thank you to Metro Plus is here. SETI Medical Office, Cricket Wireless, Catholic Charities is here. Oak Street Health, the Bronx Children's Museum, DSS is here. Lincoln Hospital, New York City Commission on Human Rights, Heart to Heart, Home Care, Montefiore Hospital, Starfish Program, Jacoby Hospital, Not on My Watch, New Settlement Parent Action Committee, Justice for Families, the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, Ostos Community College, Institute for Family Health, Marshall Montefiore Community Center, MMCC, South Star Athletic Association, shout out to the soccer club, the New York City Department of Small Business Services, New York City Commission on Human Rights. Want to mention you again. The mayor's office is here. Hot Bread Kitchen is here. Aline Logan Preschool Center is here. The Futa Halal Restaurant is here. And guess what? All of you are here. HPD, thank you. New York City Department of Housing and Preservation. Thank you, HPD. So once again, our commitment as a borough is to ensure that everything we do is about diversity, economic development, and empowerment. It is about showcasing who we are as a people. It is about recognizing that we have more in common than what could ever divide us. It is about recognizing that in our children, we see promise and potential, and they are the next generation of leaders. We are here to promote the economic, the social, and cultural development here in our borough. The African community, the African diaspora, the culture, the heritage, the music, the fashion, the food, everything that proudly represents our African culture. We recognize that even as we celebrate, we face challenges that we always must recognize. Our immigrant communities, language access, affordable housing, dealing with racism and discrimination and Islamophobia against our Muslim brothers and sisters, standing up for equity and fairness and healthcare and justice, pathways to citizenship. It all matters, ladies and gentlemen, and especially those who are seeking asylum and who are new arrivals here in this country. But guess what? Every setback is preparation for a comeback. And although we've been through a lot, we are here to do amazing things. Those challenges will never get the best of us, but rather we will turn them into opportunities of growth, of empowerment, of encouragement, of motivation, through education, through outreach, through promoting access to programs, legal services, housing, vouchers, low-income housing, quality health care, patient-centered care, great schools, clean parks, making sure that every language, every dialect is reflected in the work we do here in the Bronx. As we celebrate our African culture today, let us do it with a renewed spirit and commitment to each other. Let us not allow folks on the outside to come on the inside and define who we are. But let us recognize that we have the power. We are the agents of change that are necessary to make a difference in this borough. As someone who sees so much in this borough, 2 14-year-olds robbed at gunpoint last week, a mother who is paralyzed because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, a mother who's lost her child. It is heartbreaking what we see in this community, what we see in this borough. That is why we have to work so hard with the men and women of the NYPD, with our patrol officers, with our community affairs. Shout out to the 4-2 precinct, to Patrol Borough Bronx. Shout out to all of our officers that do this work every single day. We are the solution that it takes. And we cannot lose sight of what is important. There is so much going on. But even as we face all those challenges, family, let me tell you the good things that are happening in the Bronx. Our children, our babies are learning. They're in great schools. They're graduating, going on to college and careers. They're starting their own business. They look just like us, and they need our support. We are not going to leave our children behind. We are not going to let them go to mass incarceration or the school to prison pipeline. Take your hands off our babies. Those are our kids. They deserve to live. No parent should have to bury their child, but children should bury their aging parents, right? So even in the midst of the storms that we see, we find strength. Even in the midst of all of our pain, we find purpose, legacy, the assignments that we have all been given, the titles that we all enjoy, right? His Excellency, King, Queen, Chairman, Chairwoman, Assemblywoman, Assemblyman, Borough President, Mother, Father, Advocate, Leader. Guess what? The titles don't make us who we are. We define the title that we have been given by God, by Allah. Recognize that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. Don't let anyone block your blessing. Don't let anyone define your value and your worth. We have so much to give as a borough. And sometimes, yes, people count us out, Brother Siddiqui. They count us out. But guess what? When folks count us out, kings and queens, we have to count ourselves in as winners, representing greatness like we do here in the Bronx. And so I could go on because I am passionate about this assignment. I will not allow the Bronx to be defined by the negativity, but rather the positivity. I will allow this borough to move forward and flourish and strive and thrive and beat all of the odds so that we don't look at statistics, but we look at success stories like the honorees that we are recognizing today. And so in unity lies our strength. In community lies our strength. In the promise and the potential for a better tomorrow lies our work, our mission, our commitment, our dedication, and everything that we fundamentally stand on. I want to say thank you. The West African, the African American community has always been with me. You have always had my back through it all. And I want to say thank you. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And even in all of my challenges, losing my very own mother, I'm still standing, I'm still smiling, and I'm still giving God the glory. Because I know that God needed my mom more than I ever needed her. And I have to trust and believe that she is absolutely in the best place, in the kingdom, in the glory. And so I say thank you. Thank you for what you do every day. All of our community partners and organizations that do this work every day. Don't give up. Keep on keeping on. Keep on pressing on. Keep on encouraging and motivating and investing in our children. They need us like never before. The final thing I'll say is I congratulate all of the honorees that we're going to recognize, because it is through their work, their collective labor of love, that we can celebrate today. This theme of embracing unity and diversity, Umoja, one of our principles of Kwanzaa, embracing our heritage, embracing who we are, standing on our faith as our foundation, and realizing that through dance, through music, through song, through uniting, that is how we express ourselves. And so I'm so glad that we are here at Crotona Park today. I'm so glad that we are here together today. I'm so glad that we have an African diaspora that represents the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm so glad that all of you are here. I'm so glad that we have an African Advisory Council that is the voice of our borough. I say thank you. I look forward to even more celebrations and recognitions. One Africa, one people, one Bronx, no matter what. I also want to shout out a good friend of mine. He just came back from visiting his family in Nigeria. Good friend of mine's Abi Bello. Abi Bello and I have had a long time relationship. And he has been a great friend, someone I can always come to, and I'm so grateful. He has a Crotona Park running club right here. He's always trying to get me to hike and run and jog and do everything that I don't often want to do. But it's great. I love you, Abi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Siddiqui. Thank you, Sister Catherine. Thank you to Fatimata. Thank you, David. Thank you, Ambrose. Thank you, everyone, for all the work you've always done. Thank you, Famoud. God bless you and all the work you do. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.